Wow, this sounds very promising. The contention between mentor and assassin on what it means to be free, Basim's inherent battle of identity, Assassin's Creed Mirage might actually be good. From what the Mirage writer Sarah Bulow said, accompanied by an in-depth story trailer, it looks to be that AC Mirage could actually understand the fundamental values on which the original Assassin's Creed games were based, and incorporate those values into a unique and original story. Of course, it will be hard to tell if the writing of this game hits the nail on the head until we can play the entire story ourselves, as trailers and snippets of stories don't always represent the entire thing, though from what has been shown, it does have promise. Perhaps Sarah Bulow really did her research into not just the tenets of the Creed, but also Darby's work. Perhaps she poured hours into studying the writing of the first game up to Revelations. Perhaps she gets it. Now, I've always said there's a very interesting story to be told when it comes to Basim and Loki. Earlier AC titles such as Black Flag and Unity featured antagonists who were reincarnations of Aita, an Isu being, but those games never truly delved into the mind of the characters. Bartholomew Roberts in Black Flag did a good job at showing the full manifestation of an Isu personality within a human, and Unity barely gave a hint of character development to Jermaine, but he's got 2 different eye colors, so that makes him fucking cool, I guess. Anyway, what I'm saying is we've never had an in-depth examination on the transition from one personality to the other, and if written well, Mirage could balance the inner strife between Basim and Loki with the philosophical debate on free will and control. The Hidden Ones believe in the preservation of free will, while the Order of Ancients believe the preservation of humanity can only be achieved by control and dominance. Basim is a man who feels a lack of identity and joins the Hidden Ones in the hopes of finding himself. There could be so much room to explore all the fundamentals of Assassin's Creed in a new and fresh way through the lens of Basim. In Assassin's Creed 1, Altair started as a brash and arrogant man, and throughout the game evolved into a wise and humble person. If the writers are trying to return this game to roots, perhaps Basim will parallel Altair's evolution by presenting Basim with a similar character development path. As Basim hones his skills as a Hidden One and unravels the secret war between factions, along with gaining knowledge on the ones who came before, he might become more wise in understanding of the true nature of the world as he takes on traits of Loki. Now, I particularly like this line of dialogue in the story trailer.
Everything you do serves the Hidden Ones. That is a strange kind of freedom.
I'm more inclined to believe that this story will focus on freedom versus control, chaos versus order, Hidden Ones versus Order of Ancients, and Basim versus Loki. Many forget that Valhalla actually had aspects of the game that delved into the philosophy of the Creed, namely the many notes and diary entries found throughout the different assassin bureaus and audio files like this one with Desmond and Sean.
What I said was, I wish I hadn't been born into the Assassins. I wish I had chosen this life. Is that good enough?
Sure, but why is that?
Because choice is the central idea of our creed. It underpins everything, right? It's about free will. It's about seeing the evidence before you and saying, yes, this is what I want, or no, this isn't for me. But when you're born into a group like this, or any other, like I was, you get mixed signals.
I think that Sarah Bulow may understand what Darby was trying to do in those parts of Valhalla. Along with the stellar writing from AC1 to Revelations, and now with the free reign to write the entire story how she sees fit, maybe she truly will be the person to return Assassin's Creed back to its roots. Now, any game set before the events of Assassin's Creed 1, unfortunately, almost retcons the established Assassin versus Templar war. The reason Altair knows nothing about the Templars, even though he is a master assassin, is because before the game, the Templars were the real Templars as we know them in real life. It was the 9 targets in the game, led by Robert de Saab, that forms the Templars into the cult-like group. This was done as a group effort once they had discovered Isu technology in order to try and preserve order. What made the Templars as an antagonist group so interesting in AC1 was the moral greyness they possessed. They weren't stereotypical villains like Crawford, Starrick and AC Syndicate. Each target had their own reasoning for being part of the Templars. Their overall goal was debatably noble, but it was the lengths at which they would go that made it subjectively immoral. Anyway, going back to why the RPG games retcon AC1. Having the Order of Ancients be this established group with very similar principles to the Templars who fight the Hidden Ones defeats the whole purpose of the original 9 targets coming together and lessens the weight of AC1 completely. It also makes Altair not knowing who the Templars are make no sense. Anyway, it is what it is though. If Mirage can tell a successful Assassin's Creed story, like, I'm happy. The AC series is full of lore hypocrisy anyway, so I'm not gonna get mad about it. It is what it is. I think if Assassin's Creed Mirage can take a similar nuanced approach to the Order of Ancients, that's moral ambiguity, if paralleled with Basim and Loki, could work to elevate their character development, which in turn leans right back into the story. That would be chef's kiss, assassin Christmas. Overall, I really like what I see. There is solid potential here, and it looks to be more of a return to roots story than not. It's still yet to be seen if the writing will truly understand the identity of Assassin's Creed, but I'm filled with a lot more hope after this trailer than I originally had. Well, I mean, I had no hope whatsoever, and now I'm excited. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, then feel free to press the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with everything Assassin's Creed Mirage. I love you guys, mate. The father of understanding guidance. I will see you soon. Goodbye.